Welcome to our first edition of Veteran News with Chaplain Otto Ministries. My name is John Guthmann, better known as Otto by the veterans in my community, and I am the founder of Chaplain Otto Ministries. I'm excited to give you a short overview of our operations behind bars helping veterans in 2024. Are you ready? Follow me. Welcome to prison. That was a very quick check-in. Normally we are going through security, the metal detector, have to take your belt off, everything out of your pockets. You have to leave your phone in the car. You get your hand stamped, you get a badge, and you hope that that stamp does not wear off. And if it does, they most likely have a few beds just in case you had to stay there for the night. Just kidding. Anyways, prison has been this year our biggest mission, and I'm absolutely blown away and just so thankful for what we've been able to accomplish this year, which was not expected by any means. As of today, when I'm shooting this video, December 20th, we have made 96 trips to prison this year. 96 trips to prison. A little over 7,000 miles. We still have a few trips left, and we might hit 100 trips to prison in 2024, which would be absolutely phenomenal. The prison that we've made the most trips to this year is Chillicothe. We've made 38 trips to Chillicothe, 1 trip to Lebanon, 10 trips to Lucasville. Madison Correctional, I was able to meet with the veterans there. We also made 16 trips to Lancaster and 30 to Pickaway Correctional, which with them I have 2 more trips and possibly 1 more with Madison before the end of the year, which would put us at 100 trips. I mean, that's a lot of travel time. That's a lot of time behind bars. It's a lot of planning, and I've just been so thankful for this year. Through our prison trips with our 12-week anger management class, I am super excited to say we have 63 graduates. So we have veterans in this class, and we did open up our second round to general population as well. So out of the 63 graduates, we have 6 Air Force veterans, 26 Army veterans, 6 Navy veterans, and 9 Marine Corps veterans. So 47 veterans. We did have 16 of the general population of the prisons that did join our class on the second round at Pickaway Correctional and Chillicothe. We had 63 guys graduate the class. Out of the 53, we have, I think, 53 or 52 handwritten testimonies. And I'm just going to read one of these. This is from a Navy veteran at Pickaway Correctional. He says, "To who this may concern, I'm going to attempt to provide some information about this course and how it has helped my rational cognitive thought process. The 17 lessons provided range from recognizing anger, how it can, if unchecked, change your psychology. The course addresses capabilities to practice control of the physiological changes, as to reduce or eliminate the progression of anger. Other parts address the ways to divert the thought process from irrational to rational. These functions taught me and have enabled me to stay ship stable, and I'm able to remove myself from situations that can or could cause an issue." I would also like to read one last testimony from a United States Marine Corps vet. "The anger management program has benefited me deeply in many ways. Whereas in the past, I assaulted many others. Now that I have been taught rational thinking, I'm able to discern acting out feelings of anger and to divert the thought process, which in the past led to violent responses, regret, and shame." A very intense class that we're teaching. It's 12 weeks long. It's 2 hours every week. It really challenges the thought process. And honestly, I'm so thankful for this year. Reading these, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for the opportunity. But I want to tell you, I learned through this process, teaching it again and going through it again, because I had to deal with life, through this process. And it's not always easy. And what was, I think, very unique is that I had the opportunity to really walk some stuff out that I went through in 2024, and I was able to do real-time scenario teaching of what I was going through, and that helped me come out in a much better way than the old way that I used to think. Prison ministry, anger management, But it all started with the opportunity to preach the gospel at Lucasville in 2019. It was the first time that I was ever invited there, and I never expected this, to be doing what I'm doing today. So this year, I've been so blessed to preach 22 services across various prisons. And this Sunday, I will be at Pickaway Correctional. It was not planned. We were talking the other day and they had the availability. And I said, if you need help, I would love to come in there. So we should be expecting at least 100 to show up at Pickaway Correctional. So preaching 22 services, we have reached 695 men this year. And what's really cool is some of the prisons let us get prayer requests. So we take these prayer requests and I don't read a lot of like less time, but there's a lot of prayers in here for family members. These guys in here, they pray for the staff of the prison that they're at. One of these letters says, pray for the family of my victim. Man, I see some repented hearts in here, and it's been such an honor to work with these men. And what's really cool for 2025 is we're going to have a new website. And on the website, there will be a place that you can go find these prayer requests and that you could pray for an inmate. You'll also be able to find out more information for our anger management class, to include being able to read all 52 or 53 of these handwritten testimonies from veterans and residents. Last but surely not least, gosh, we got to do something so cool, and we made history in Ohio. We held Ohio's first prison run for incarcerated veterans. A huge thank you to the warden and deputy warden, Chillicothe Correctional, for your trust. Because when I said I wanted to do something different, I was expecting a no, but you guys entertained the idea and it went off without a hiccup. We took over 260 motorcycles on the service road on May 25th this year to remind the incarcerated veterans that they are not forgotten. And for 2025, we're going to do it again. The date is May 24th. More details to come, but this was absolutely phenomenal. Seeing the guys lined up out there, and not every veteran was out there. There was at least 60 guys that did not get released because of like chow time or whatever. This place has over 160 incarcerated veterans, and even the guys that didn't get to see it, they heard it. Going in the next time, they were so thankful. It was very, very meaningful, and it actually brought families together. Family members rode motorcycles from out of state. Wives drove up just to witness it, to have, to get a little emotional, one good memory with their spouse who's an incarcerated veteran while in prison. So thank you once again to the staff of Chillicothe Correctional for letting us put that on, and most definitely Brad Lemaster, man. He's a veteran and he just has a heart to help these guys out. We are looking forward to the 2025 prison run. We're looking forward to preaching in the prison, to kicking off our anger management class. The first part of the year, we could have more graduates than we did this entire year. So thank you so much. Now, I think that we've spent a decent amount of time inside a prison. How about we head out of this place and let me show you what we're doing on the outside. So our veterans outreach outside of prison is a lot of fun, and I had so much fun, especially this summer. I was blessed to be able to ride my motorcycle almost 12,000 miles, and I was able to meet with veterans in West Virginia, Indiana, Kentucky, Minnesota, and a few other states as well, from the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, getting out there and talking with veterans, sharing what we're doing in the prison. And what's really cool is, you know, a lot of the folks that are in the CVMA across the United States follow what we do. So I'm getting to meet new people that are super supportive, and I just want to thank you so much for all of you that support what we're doing. Outside of the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, we did have the opportunity this year to go to the Veterans Nursing Home in Georgetown. We did plan to have a motorcycle ride. The weather was absolutely horrific, pretty dangerous almost to even drive, but we ended up driving anyways. But it was super cool. There were guys that came from Columbus, and this is about a 2-hour drive probably for us. So just to have those guys, come out to see these veterans really, really meant a lot. We also had a fundraiser for Taz, who is the state rep of the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. He was in a horrible accident this summer on his motorcycle, and I think it was like maybe in less than 24 hours we were able to raise 10 grand, which that money that meant a lot to the family. Going through all of, the stress of being in an accident and being in the hospital and insurance and, work. Everybody who donated, I want to tell you, you really helped this family out in a time of need. And that meant so much to me. We also had quite the trip going to Florida this year to help out with the hurricane recovery. And I can tell you, if I don't go to Florida ever again, well, I don't want to go there to do that, but definitely want to go enjoy the beach with my wife very soon. And last but not least, which was so cool to take part in this year, is I was able to be a guardian on the honor flight. And with that, I was able to escort 2 United States Marines and spend the day with them. It was a healing day. It is an emotional experience. We do have a video online if you want to check that out to see what it would be like to be a guardian or to encourage your veteran to sign up because it's free. Thank you so much for joining me in prison today and also on the open road. Let's get you back to the studio for a few more things. We'll get you home safe. Well, you've made it. At the beginning of 2024, we had just launched our anger management program into our second prison, and honestly, I had no idea what this year would look like. And starting a prison ministry was never my plan. It just kind of happened in March of 2023. Lord put a fire in my heart when I found out how many veterans were incarcerated. And that's why I went and got nationally certified. And we started with no funding. And to prove that this is God's plan, well, his plan, it didn't fail. And we made it. And God used you in such a magnificent and amazing way. So I want to make sure that I thank everybody who has donated towards our prison ministry to help veterans. Man, without you and your generosity, 96 trips wouldn't have happened. 63 men would not have benefited from our 12-week anger management program. And 695 men would not have been reached through chapel services without your help. Thank you so much. And most definitely, thank you to our volunteers who get up early in the morning to come to prison with me to give your time away. We are looking forward to providing you with more veteran news in 2025. Thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time, stay blessed.